The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Lions and the Steelers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Not far from where the Steelers' former homes at Three River Stadium, Forbes Field once stood, we are at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's a preseason matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. Here come the Steelers for the first time in this game with their free agent signing at quarterback, the former #2 overall pick, Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitchell Trubisky is getting his second chance to start in the NFL and will be with another storied franchise, this time the Pittsburgh Steelers. He slowly fell out of favor in Chicago after making a Pro Bowl in his second season. But what a lot of people don't realize is that he had a winning record as a starter in each of his last 3 years with the Bears. He convinced a lot of people as a backup in Buffalo, including Pittsburgh, that there's still something to be unlocked in him as a starter.
A first carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. It's brought in by Harris. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So the call there, roughing the passer.
Well, the preseason's time for working out the kinks, but sometimes you've got some defenders who are too eager to impress trying to make this team. And that time we saw one take a shot at the quarterback way too late.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Again, it's Trubisky. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Trubisky will throw. Johnson's got it complete. The Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aiden Hutchinson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky to the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Now it's Trubisky. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
Well, when they began that opening drive, they didn't have the best field position, but they were able to move the ball enough, Charles, to just get in his range to take the 3-0 advantage.
Absolutely, because considering where they began that series, I think they're pretty happy to be sitting at 3-zip right now.
Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
Certainly a different set of circumstances awaited Jared Goff in Detroit last season after his trade from Los Angeles. He made what he could out of them and managed 3 wins on a rebuilding Lions team. They should improve this year behind Goff after an offseason where they made considerable investments in order to try and improve this ball club.
On first down, Goff. Buying time to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. Hard throw, incomplete.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And back deep, Gunnar Olszewski.
Taken to the 26. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's the big fellas in there right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first down, Trubisky. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Charles Harris. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Trubisky.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Trubisky to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Williams loses the football inside the 20. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. On 2nd down, Swift. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gone. And that's to Amon-Ra. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that it comes regular season. He's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Trubisky's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. Got an open man. It's Pickens. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And they're able to add on to their advantage. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead, put it on him, and score a touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
Nothing to score after 1 on EA Sports.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. From the gun, here's Goff.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Detroit.
And even 40 yards. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Running is Swift.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
To throw is Goff. They'll set up the screen here to Justin Jackson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. This will wind up a loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
A reminder, opening weekend definitely in sight now. Thursday, September 8th, that's when it all gets going. The defending champs, LA Rams, hosting the team that many think could win the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Charles and I will be there, and then we got some great matchups on that Sunday as well. Kansas City and Arizona, Raiders and the Chargers, and on Sunday night, Tom Brady, yeah, he's back, and his Bucs are heading to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.
Harris running straight ahead.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. The offense on third down, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They run again with Harris. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get about 3 here, up to the 44-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up.
Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky to throw. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Throw left side complete. That's Johnson.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Again, it's Johnson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
They hand this off to Harris. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a 1st down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
So from the 2, now they move back to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal. Here's Trubisky.
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. In the 2nd quarter and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this 1st half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 17-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Goff now looks to throw. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. Complete. That'll bring up fourth down. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Olszewski now to return. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage. Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
He gets it complete to Harris.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On third down, Trubisky.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off.
So out now come the Lions.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in their own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. These preseason games are big in the development of rookie receivers, and now their teams want to see if they're going to be truly NFL caliber. So oftentimes, offensive coordinators will call certain plays to see how they react. Give them a big check mark for that one.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Goff now to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goff. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds after a short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Goff throwing again. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Goff. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now it's Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Josh Reynolds from 4 yards out. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Takes it at the 7. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone, because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
Holding offense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Able to find his man, it's Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, it's Trubisky. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Trubisky will throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
Partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime.
Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Gong. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd, Gong. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. 4th down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. 1st and 10 here for Trubisky and the Steelers at their own 20-yard line. They go play action with Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. They go play action. Trubisky. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, they don't want to waste this type of...
4 and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 30